Hi everybody, welcome. The Rustic South. It's Sherry. Let's craft today, shall we? Let's make some Easter things or some spring kind of things, right? So today I'm going to be using one of these oval round shapes from Dollar Tree. I believe I got it last year, that they're kind of like an egg shape. Right there on the picture in the frame there, you'll see that. So last year I had coated it with a piece of wallpaper because I used it in a different project. So now we're going to reuse it for this bunny. It's a perfect shape for a bunny. So I have wallpaper on it, but you guys can put paper on it, wallpaper on it, paint it, whatever you guys want to do, whatever your style is. And then I'm grunging it with some ink pads, okay? And then we're going to make some ears, some feet, some hands, a tail. So the ears measure 7¼ inches tall by 3 inches wide. In the very beginning there, you saw a snapshot of the paper ears. So what I did was I folded the paper in half, and then I cut it. And then I put it behind the bunny to see if it was the length I wanted, if it was wide enough. So that way you can do that too, but that was the measurement that I did. And there it is once I grunged it with my ink pads. And here are the cardboard cutouts that I cut out for the feet and the ears. So I'm wetting them down because I want to remove the paper from the top of all of them. Now you could do this in two different ways or different ways. You could paint it first and then remove the paper that you want to remove. I opted to remove the paper first and then paint it after. Again, as an afterthought, I would have painted it first, although it may have been messier to pull the paper off. But because it would have been a more natural looking, aged, look to it if you paint it first rather than painting it after. Although painting it after, mine turned out fine. Because you're going to use some sandpaper and, it's not going to look like an afterthought. Okay, but I'm just giving you my thoughts on it, okay? So here you see me doing some destruction on the ears, but I wanted to leave some of the paper on because I like the look of the peekaboo of it, right? So, and yes, and this is a Walmart box that I'm using the cardboard from. And I left their logo on the front part because I did not want to have to paint the back side of the ears or the sides. So that's how I elected to do the cardboard I was using. So here I'm going to paint mine with an ivory colored white, but you could use any color you like. You could even wallpaper these or put paper on them too if you like, and then rip off, pieces of it. That would look cute, I think. So you decide how you want to decorate your rabbit. I'm just giving you some ideas if you have some free time, if you wish to find something to do. So yeah, so I'm just painting the pieces where the paper was left, and then we're going to sand it and stuff later and grunge it. Okay, so here what I'm doing, I'm kind of going to give them a belly. So I took a piece of lace that I had coffee stained many moons ago, and I've cut it out. And so now we're refining that cutting. Okay, so this is about how far I want it to come up. Right, so now we're turning it, and now I'm going to cut around the bottom edge of it so that I can get that perfect shape on the bottom. And this is where I was playing around with it, trying to see if I wanted to put the fabric on there. I wanted to do something with fabric on it too, but I wasn't sure how I wanted to incorporate the fabric. So that was a little preview of the fabric I'm going to end up using on the paws, on the bottom paws, on those. Now I did not give you guys a breakdown or a picture of that because I kind of, again, I freehand all of this stuff, and sometimes I totally forget to. Sometimes I just draw it on the cardboard and then I cut it and do it over and over and over several times. So it's very free-handed in my mind kind of thing, right? So here I'm grunging up the nose. And the nose that I did, you guys may think it looks funny, because to me it kind of looks like a little pig because the nose is a little big. But you guys could make it a heart-shaped nose if you want to cut it out in a heart shape. That would be really cute. Or make it smaller. But I ended up leaving it the way that I have it because I think it was cute. So, so yeah. So now here I'm taking my ink pads and a brush to grunge up the edges of the ears. Right, and then we're going to sandpaper them, add a little cinnamon into it. And the cinnamon that comes into it is simply because it's in my paint tray there. I didn't intentionally get out the cinnamon on any parts of this rabbit, but I figured it adds another element of grunge, you know, to it. So yeah. You know, so let's you know, rough up the edges. Now from a distance, you really can't see that it's doing much. I mean, you can see it's taking off a little bit of the white there. I think I'm pressing a little harder on this one than I did on the other one. But I'll show you a close-up later in the video of... So there's the ears. Here's the nose. We end up doing the same thing with the nose. I end up taking the sandpaper and taking it to the nose. And here I'm just freehanding some eyes where I think I want them. Again, I craft sometimes by the seat of my pants, sometimes from somebody else's vision. It varies from day to day, right? You guys probably do that too, right? So here we're going to take some of these wooden beads, and I cut them in half with that little tool that I have to make the little toes for the feet. And then I do take that fabric that I showed you earlier, and now I'm making the center paw for the bottom feet. And now I'm just pulling off pulling around the edge to distress it, fringe it a little. It had already been coffee stained, so that's the way I did this edge of the fabric. And again, I freehanded those the cuts on those little circles too, right? I just kind of cut them until I liked the size and, you know, they were the way I wanted them to be. I'm sorry I don't have, like, measurements on those for you, the paws necessarily. Maybe in the description I will try to give you some idea of the size of the paws on it. See the difference between the ungrunged and the grunged. So if you like a more neutral color, then I would not worry about grunging them. So here's my rusty wire. I'm going to be using it for the whiskers. And just note, when you do this around the pencil, do it the other end of the pencil, not the end with the eraser, because it kind of made it more difficult to get off of there. But anyway, so get you some wire or some raffia or twine, whatever you like. Right now, so here I'm freehanding I guess you could say the hands, the front paws or the front hands for the rabbit. I wasn't sure at first if I was going to add them, but then I felt like there was something needed in the middle. So I went ahead and freehanded again. Freehanded, cut, played with. I ripped the paper off. It came off so easy off of the box. You know, I do like the lace on there because the lace adds another level of texture, right? Another element to the background, right? And one thing that would be super cute too, I almost did, was add a little teeny pair of glasses. They would be very small for this guy, but it would be really cute to have a little teeny pair of glasses up there on his eyes. So yeah, and if I did that, I would probably make sure the nose is close enough that you could kind of somehow adhere it to the nose. So yeah, so that might be something you want to do too with the wire, is just make a little pair of glasses, maybe make his eyes a little bigger, and then maybe make a little pair of glasses. That would be super cute. Yeah. I'm sorry, that's off screen. But I am using my little ink pads just to add some definition around the edge there. It's funny because you can tell that the cardboard for the feet and the cardboard for the hands, I think, are from two different boxes because the hands are lighter than the feet. So here I'm playing around with the idea of adding a little more lace because I like the lace, but I was trying to incorporate it somewhere else. And I do like this look. So if I was going to add it to the tops of his front paws, then in the end I don't do it. But just so you know, as a side note, you know, something like that, or maybe you can also put the fabric up there too on that. So if you're new to the Rustic South, welcome to the Rustic South. I hope you're loving the crafts. Please check out some of the other videos that I have. I had some other ones from Easter last year. So I will be posting this video on Valentine's Day. So hopefully you have all of your Valentine's Day crafts done and you're prepared for the holiday. When your kiddos come home, if you have kids when they come home, or if you do that in the morning before they go to school. I didn't do it when my kids were younger in the morning because it was just another added element in the morning that I didn't need to mess with, right? So I always did it after they came home. So I don't know what you guys do or did, but so anyway, there's that look. So you can contemplate that while I have it on the screen. You can see it's a different look. You can also put that lace in the ears, in the center of the ears. That would be cute. So anyway, here I'm getting out some coffee stained tea towel that I cut to make a bow for around one of the ears. We are almost done here. We just have to do the bow and then glue everything on. And we are, oh, and then we have to make a tail. I forgot. Now I did not, there's the tail there. Now I did not show me doing the tail. I didn't think it was necessary. For one thing, I had to watch a video myself because I have never made one using the pom-pom maker from Dollar Tree. I did buy it the other day, but I didn't know how to use it. So I had to watch a video myself of another awesome creator on YouTube. There's the yarn that I'm using. Now this yarn I got last year, and it seemed perfect for this. So that's what I use. And I use it on, and I do make it on the pom-pom maker from Dollar Tree. And I filled it up completely, both sides of it. And it is big, but it is so super cute. And there's the bow. I guess I didn't show you guys, and you don't need to show me to show you how to do the bow. But, so I put it around his ear, and then I added a little rusty pin with a button on it. And there's the close-up of the ear and a close-up of the feet when it was done. Turned out super cute. Hope you guys give it a try. And give me a thumbs up, please. That would be awesome. So helpful for the channel. And our next one we're going to be making is another little thing from the Dollar Tree. The little barn or house looking, that right there. What does that say? I got that from the Dollar Tree just the other day. So, no, I'm not going to say they had tons of them because the Dollar Tree that I go to, the wood area is a hot mess. So I happen to find that digging through there. So, but I'm sure you can find another thing similar to this shape because I have purchased other shapes similar to this before from there. So yeah, so I'm using the, I think it's moss green from Waverly. And I wet it down and I paint it on, and then we're going to wipe or blot it off some because I don't want it completely covered. I still want some of the brown to come through. But that's me. Again, you guys do you. Pick your color. Do your thing. Just giving you ideas here. You know, maybe you want to do cream. Again, I'm not much on those bright colors, but you know, if that's what you like and you have little kids at home and that's your thing, then you could, you know, do brighter colors for this project, for the bunny itself, for the flowers that we're going to put on it, for the house itself. You could do some other colors. So I'm using this nutmeg brown. I took these tongue depressors. These are the jumbo ones from Walmart. I took 2 of them and glued them together, and then I cut it down for the angle of my roof using that same tool that I used in the first part of the video for cutting the beads. I cut the tongue depressors on with that, but you could just use scissors. They cut easily. So I'm just staining it because I want it to be a brown, but not a natural brown. It was a little too bright for me. And then we are going to grunge it up shortly. And I am sanding the edges of this little house. I keep wanting to call it a barn. To me, it's kind of like a barn, but it's a house shape. So here I am using my dauber to grunge up the edges. I love those things. Those are the best things. I give them out all the time. Okay, so here I'm showing you the bunny rabbit and a piece of paper towel. I don't know what, I think it's Scott's paper towel, I think is what I have. And it has little lines that goes across it, raised lines, right? And so I thought that would be a cute little texture to put on the bunny. So that's what I'm covering my bunny in, is this paper towel. So I put glue on the top part of the bunny. I lay the paper towel on it. And then I dry it with my hair dryer to make sure it's nice and stuck. And then we're going to do just that. Sandpaper it off. Okay? Use your paper. Again, you can use paper on your house and paper on your bunny if that's what you want to do. That's totally up to you. So yeah, so I put paper towel on the bunny, and then we're going to grunge it. I did not paint it. I didn't want it painted. I did add some, there it is, distressed oxide to the hole the entire bunny, but then I did make, and just lightly, just so you could kind of see the texture of the paper towel. And then I did go around the edges and make the edges darker. I think that's vintage photo that I'm using now. So I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you're enjoying the video. And if you're new here, please subscribe. That would be awesome for the channel. And then, of course, turn on your notification because then you will get notifications when I upload videos. And I upload a video. I'm trying to stay true to my commitment that I set for myself to upload videos every Friday. So, yeah, that would be great and help out the channel awesomely if you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. So here I have some flowers. I bought these last year. I believe it was from Hobby Lobby in a little spring type thing that came with a bunch of, like, I had bees and butterflies and flowers and stuff in it. So that's where these little flowers came from. And I don't add any paint to them because, again, I don't want color. I'm not a you know, too much of a color person. So I just you know, use my ink pads on them. And now I'm tying the teeniest little bow around the neck of this little rabbit with some green fabric, again, that I had bought. I don't know, I can't remember if it was Hobby or if it was Joann's. So it turned out really cute. The green has got little pink flowers on it. So I did get out a tumbling block from the Dollar Tree you see laying there. I am going to put behind the rabbit so that it stands off of the house. Gives it a little more dimension. And we are going to be cutting some more of those wooden beads to put in the center of those flowers here momentarily, to make centers for those. And there's the little bunny, but he is not finished yet. I thought he was, but then I did something else. Surprise! So yeah, so I'm going to glue that down. Now when you do this, stand up your house and make sure on a flat surface so that it's going to stand up when if you're going to use it as a shelf sitter. Because I would hate for you to have to rip the bunny off of it and then end up, you know, tearing it up. So do that as you're setting it flat on a surface, okay? And I go around the edge and grunge the edge a little bit here. Again, I should have done that before I put the rabbit on. Sometimes I work backwards. I don't know how I get through a day sometimes. Anyway, so here we're going to put flowers. We're going to play around with the placement of the flowers. And here's the beads. I did have some dark brown beads and the lighter beads. Again, I don't know the sizes of these. I just used that little tool there to chop them apart. They come apart so easy with that tool. So here I used the dark brown in the center of one of the flowers. You know, and maybe, you know, again, like I said, the little thing that I bought, these little flower appliques, and came with little butterflies and birds and bees. So you might, you know, want to incorporate those into this maybe instead of flowers, or if you have some fabric flowers, maybe you want to put those on here that are delicate or little, right, to put on here. So we are almost done with the video. Again, I appreciate you so much for coming back to the Rustic South, or coming today if you are new to the channel. Oh, and here's the surprise. So I get this little heart because we just had Valentine's Day last week. So I have these little hearts. Again, this little wooden heart is from Dollar Tree. I know that they're there because I just saw them there yesterday or Friday. I can't remember. So I'm taking one of these and I'm roughing it up with my sandpaper, and then we're going to grunge it because that's what we do. It must have grunge. It cannot be left alone. Nothing can be left alone. So we're going to grunge the edges here, and then we're going to glue it in the center of his ears. It adds the cutest little color in the ears. Right? And then I decided, well, I made a little bit of a really dark spot right in the middle. So I get out another of one of my ink pads, which is, I think, kind of a yellowish color, or yellowish orange color. And it kind of tones down that overly dark spot that I made. It kind of tones down that pink a little bit. You can't see that. It's too small. So there, yeah, turned out cute. Thank you so much for stopping by the Rustic South today. I hope you return soon. It's been a pleasure making the video. Please drop me a comment. Give me a thumbs up. I'd be happy to respond to your comment. Have a great day.